as far as the position, you want to target back?
Can you do it just a little bit back? We can bring in Mr. Bradley. Perfect. Okay, any preliminary matters that we need to discuss before we bring the jury into the courtroom?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll bring the jury into the courtroom.
Yes, Your Honor. All rise for the jury.
Please be seated. Okay, other witnesses on behalf of the state.
The state would call Agent Wayne Simmock.
Sir, if you'll step up before the clerk to be sworn.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Okay, sir, please be seated in the witness chair. And once seated, if you'll scoot that chair forward, do adjust that microphone to fit you, do talk into that microphone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, could you please state your name and spell your last name for the jury?
My name is Wayne Simmock, and my last name is spelled S-I-M-O-C-K.
And Agent Simmock, how are you employed?
I'm employed with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office as an agent with the Major Crimes Unit.
And as agent with the major crimes, what are your duties?
We investigate mostly homicides and the death investigations in the unincorporated area of Brevard County.
And how long have you been employed with the Sheriff's Office?
Approximately 7 years.
And during that time, have you conducted a number of interviews with witnesses as well as potential suspects?
Yes, I have.
And how many interviews have you conducted?
With the Sheriff's Office, several hundred. In my prior employment with the Allentown Police Department, approximately 20 years, several thousand.
And what prior law enforcement employment do you have?
I was with the Allentown Police Department, where I retired as a detective sergeant with the Major Crimes Homicide Unit.
And during your time both with them as well as with the Sheriff's Office, have you had any training on the conducting interviews?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that training.
I've been to the read and scan schools. There's been numerous schools that I've been to as far as at police academy, community colleges, so probably 10 or 12 to be honest with you, all dealing with investigations and interviews.
And during your time as well, have you received any training concerning narcotic substances, the effect of substances on the person?
Yes, during the police academy, yes.
And have you, during your, how many total years in law enforcement?
26.
During your 26 years in law enforcement, have you had opportunities to have contact with people who were under the influence of various substances?
Yes.
And could you tell the jury how many times?
Hundreds of thousands. A lot. Very many.
Now, I want to bring your attention to March 6, 2012. On that date, did you have contact with a person who became known to you as Brandon Bradley?
Yes, I did.
And where did that contact occur?
The first contact I had with him was at Parkway and Turtle Mound Road in Melbourne.
And what contact did you have with him?
He was in the back of a marked patrol unit, Brevard County Sheriff's Office marked patrol unit, where he had already been taken into custody. He was handcuffed in the back of the car.
And did you talk to him at all at that point?
Very briefly.
And what was your next contact with him?
Next contact I had with him was approximately 7:30 in the evening at the Criminal Investigations Bureau building in Rockledge.
And when he was, we've had testimony already that he was transported from that scene on Parkway to the sheriff's office on Gus Kemp. Do you know where he was kept during that 7.5 hours or so at the sheriff's office?
I believe it was interview room 2, which is in the CID building.
And is that the same interview room that you ultimately had contact?
Yes.
And during your contact with the defendant, were any threats or promises made to him?
No.
Was he mistreated at all in your presence?
Not at all.
Now, you indicated you made contact with him somewhere around 7:30 that evening?
Yes.
And prior to that, was he under observation with people in the sheriff's office in the room with video?
As far as I know, I wasn't at the building for predominantly most of the time he was there. I was dealing with another individual.
And when you went and made contact with Mr. Bradley, can you tell the jury, you walked into the room, what position was he?
He was laying against the north wall of interview room 2. He had some plastic blankets that were over him. He was laying on his left side and positioned with his back against the wall.
Was he restrained in any manner at that time?
He did have a set of handcuffs, but they were in the front on his wrists.
And when you walked into the interview room, did you request anything of him at that time?
Well, first we checked to see, he was all right, made sure. He was kind of asleep, so we woke him up, assisted him from getting up from the floor and onto a chair.
And when he was getting up, did he have any difficulty at that point?
No, not getting up. Agent Spatafore did assist him in getting up from the ground and helped him get onto the chair.
And as he was getting onto the chair, did anything happen?
No.
Now, you indicated he had a blanket around him. Can you kind of tell the jury, what did he have around him?
It was a plastic blanket. It's the kind we have in patrol cars. They're not cloth. He was kind of cold, so we actually did go out and get him a canvas wrap, is what the best we had at the CID building, and we wrapped that around him to keep him warm.
Now, did you read him what are known as Miranda warnings?
Yes.
And was that captured on video?
Yes, it was.
In fact, was your entire contact with the defendant in that room captured on video?
Yes.
And when you read him those Miranda warnings, did he appear to understand them?
Yes.
And did he agree to speak with you?
He did.
At any time, did he ever indicate to you that he did not wish to talk with you about the shooting of Deputy Bill?
No.
During the interview, did he always appear to understand?
Yes.
Objection. Speculation.
Okay, sustained.
Move to strike.
It shall be stricken.
Judge, might we approach on that?
Yes, you may.
During the interview, Agent, did you ask the defendant?
I'm sorry. We approach on that.
Yes, you may.
Sorry.
All right, the objection was sustained, the answer is stricken, and the jury is instructed to disregard that answer.
Agent Simak, during your interview with the defendant, did you ask him numerous questions throughout that interview?
Yes, I did.
And did his answers to you, did he respond in an appropriate manner to you?
Yes.
Did he respond to the same topic and subject matter of the question that you asked?
Yes.
And throughout the interview, were you able to understand the defendant?
Yes, I was.
Throughout the interview, did he at times make any corrections of you and try to correct you when you would restate his previous answers?
Yes.
What time did you begin the interview?
Approximately 7:30 in the evening, 19:30 hours.
And was your entire interview captured on the video recording system?
Yes, it was.
Throughout your entire contact with the defendant, your interview of him, did he ever give you any types of answers that had no relationship to the question that you asked?
No.
Again, this is speculation, right? Speculation, which is you have to give an opinion on the thought process. This is opinion testimony is the first.
Yes, is-
May I be heard on it?
yes, you may.
Then I may approach the witness.
Yes, you may.
Agent, I'm going to show you what has been marked as Exhibit GJ. Do you recognize that exhibit?
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize it?
This is the video that I watched of Mr. Bradley's interview.
And have you watched that exactness?
Yes, I
And
have.
how do you know that you would watch that?
I initialed it.
And is that a fair representation of the interview that you conducted of the defendant on March 6, 2012?
Yes, it is.
And at this time, the state would move what is marked as GJ into evidence as the next numbered state exhibit.
A response from the defense.
Okay.
Okay, GJ will be received as State's Exhibit 165.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Yes, you may. Oh.
Agent, during the interview, were there any other agents present with you for the interview?
Yes, there was.
And who else was present?
Agent Mike Spatafora.
And is his contact with the defendant, did it all occur within your presence?
Yes.
And is his contact also captured on the video?
Yes, it is.
Here at this time, the state would move to publish what is now Exhibit 165 to the jury.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there have been redactions to this DVD pursuant to this court's order. You are not to speculate or draw inferences from any editing or redactions. Both parties agreed that the content is a fair and accurate representation for the purpose of this trial. Okay, Mr. Brown, tell me, when you get it set up, I'll turn off the lights, the two lights.
Can I read the date?
Yes, you may. I'll go ahead and do this one.
Hey, Brandon. Hey, man, take it off. It's something to yourself. You're trying to do it. Can you sit up for us, please? Is that possible? You need some help? Ready? Oh, you all right? You all right? You all right? All right. Relax. Okay? Okay? I'm going to move this out. Okay? Okay? What happened? Brandon, how many? Okay. Hey, I'm Wayne. I'm an agent for the Sheriff's Office. My partner, Mike. He's an agent for the Sheriff's Office as well, okay? Listen, you know what we want to talk to you about. I mean, that's obvious. What we like to say is this. We have an idea of what happened, okay, obviously. If there is, as my partner believes, and I believe the same thing, there's always two sides. There may be a reason this happened. We don't know. You don't know what led up to this, okay? You do. And the other person that was in the vehicle with you, okay? Obviously, she's here as well, okay? So, we'd like to talk to you about this, okay? Okay, but here's what we have to do. It's just the way it is, okay? And we've been doing this a long time. We have rules we have to adhere by. We have to reach your rights, okay? We have to, okay? Are you willing to listen to them? Okay, okay, appreciate it. You want to read these all in? Okay. First one is that you have the right to remain silent, okay? Do you understand that? Anything you say can be against you in court, do you understand that? You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you answer any questions, and have him or her present when you bring questions, do you understand that? He's not your lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you if you want to question him if you wish, do you understand that? Yes? Okay. You all right? Cool. Okay. Can you do it like this is like it? Can you see what you're doing? It is, yeah, okay. If we decide to answer questions, now we're going to lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering questions any time. You also have the right to stop answering questions any time until you talk to a lawyer. Doesn't mean you never get a lawyer, okay? That's not what it means if you talk to us today, okay? Because if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. You understand that? Okay. Do you understand each of these rights that I have read to you? Okay. If you understand that, I need the initial there, just if you understand them. Okay? Okay? And with these rights in mind, you were probably talking about what happened today. I can tell you what happened on Thursday. Okay, okay. Can you talk to us then? Okay, I appreciate that, okay? All right. My partner's in the blanket for you right now. So while we're waiting for him, okay? If you understand your rights and you're going to talk to us a little about this, wait for that. You have a good address? If I give us this is the best time to do it. Where are you living at right now? On William Street? Okay. All right, who are you living at? You're Andy Hunt? Okay. Okay. How are you living there? Oh, okay. Where were you staying as a wedding? Where you been staying there? And who's your girlfriend? Andrew. Okay. Andrew. Okay. You call her Andrea or Angel? Okay. How long has it been known together? 12 years old. Long time. Guys go to school together? Okay. We talk. Okay. Okay. Where you guys hang out at, or? Okay. Where were you hanging? You went through your clothes in an apartment? But then take your time. Where was the apartment that you were going to get? Washington? Okay. By the golf course?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened then? Okay. Well, I mean, you were going to the apartment, and then this happened. Okay.
That's the world.
Tell me about it. You tried it, I understand.
I love this one, so I ain't know how that shit, but
You sorry. I understand that.
can't keep it like I ain't done that.
Let me say something.
I don't like putting my position in whatever situation like that. But believe it or not, you feel me? I open the door, I'm like, what's up, you see? Get out. I'm like, what I did? I don't know what rules ever. Don't ever when you call up, say don't come to eat.
What happened when you called her?
I know, I get reached already, I ain't gonna lie about it at all.
Okay.
And I called the what I did. But you know, you're right, I did the right one. Nobody knows what I did. Tell them what I did, I guess that's what I did. I don't think, I won't lie.
She was on it? Okay, I can't see your hand. Look, it's right, if you stand up and show us, but if you show us for a second, we can't see your hand. Look, your back. Can you show us what you have?
Sitting in the car. Walking up. What I did. All you say what you did. All I ain't doing right. It came just like this, I ain't gonna watch it. Like, come on, just like this, had me. And they were real rich.
And what happened next? I'll be here, I'm her, I'll be telling you what you did. You're sitting in your car, okay? And I think you were, yeah, you switch your chair, okay? Good job, okay? Like you're sitting in the car, okay? Whoa, take your time, take your time. Take your time. You all right? Okay, so now, and I approach, right? Okay, so I'm over here, and what is she doing? She has a hand here, telling you to get out of the car?
So I'm right there.
Okay, well, let's see the deal here. You coming up on, how about we pull your chair a little bit? Just pull that a little bit up here? Okay, and let me see that. And then Mike will be, all right, so that's that, I'm telling you, what you say, come out of the car? She comes up, and she's like this.
Everything I look, when I asked her, that's what I did,
Right?
that's what she did.
She said, get out of the car?
And you can ask nobody, you can ask anybody.
Okay, and then what did you do?
Well,
She reached in the car?
you can pull a gun.
Okay, so she's bringing the gun, she's
Yes, the gun, this is the thing that I'm from the hood.
okay, and what happened when she reached for the gun?
You want to shoot me?
And what did you do?
I'm going my man.
Okay, where was your gun on you?
Way somewhere with me.
Okay, now we talked to, Amy, she said did she hand you the gun?
Yeah,
She didn't hand you the gun? Okay, so you got the gun, what happened next? That be looking, you're sitting in your car, the door's open, correct?
no one knows it yet.
Oh, the door open yet? Okay, so she had the door open, or you tell me what's happened?
I was, but I'm saying that, regardless, she told me about asking on my head, but if she comes up to me with her hand on the glass,
I'm heard now.
I don't know taser, I don't see a photo of taser.
Okay,
My lady, my black
right.
I mean, really.
So what happened? She's up here now, you're reaching over for what? What are you reaching for over there?
Because for what?
You said you reached over. Well, she had her hand on you, you said you got your gun and you reached over. You know, you were reaching for your gun?
I didn't tell you over
Did you say it was way over there?
there. You say it over there, ain't tell her reason for it.
Okay, so you, at what point did you get your gun?
When she was going back,
Okay, and what happened next? Then you had your gun, she had her hand on here, what happened next?
she said, I shot her, she won't shoot
You
me.
shot her? Where did you,
I done everything,
how many times did you shoot?
right?
Twice? Okay, what kind of guns did you have?
I can tell you,
You don't know?
I ain't like a manufacturing gun.
Was it like this one? With a clip in it? Was it rounded? Did it have the bullet from a cylinder?
It wasn't around the gun,
Like a revolver? Was it a revolver? Was it one like this?
what is that?
Had a clip in the bottom. Had a clip in the bottom.
Well, yeah, I didn't think it was.
Had a clip in the bottom? Okay. And what happened when you shot it? What happened?
Well, when I shot her,
Yeah, when you shot it, what happened?
I drove off.
You drove off? And where did you go from there? What time you said back here, sir? Yeah. You said it back up, okay? Start up again? after you shot her, you said you drove away. Where did you drive to?
About there on the road.
Okay. And, what happened while you were driving? Did you stop anywhere?
Yeah, I tried to start.
Was anybody chasing you at that point? Who was in the car with you at that point? You and your girl? What happened to the gun after you started driving away?
I don't know, the cop went 300 the cop.
Okay, before that, before the other thing happened. I'm talking about right after you shot the deputy. What did you do with the gun?
The gun was flying around, doing like this and this.
Did you still have anything, put it in your hand? What did you do with it? How did it get out of your hand?
It wasn't on.
What would you like me to do?
Whatever you want to buy.
Mr. Bradley, we know, and how we know that is because we talked to Adrian. Okay. And she said that she took the gun and put it in the back seat of the car.
And the back seat car.
The SUV, the back seat, she shoved it in between the seats. She said the gun was so hot and she shoved it back in there.
Well, you can find me for I know for a fact. I ain't whatever she's in or whatever. If there was a gun in there, there's a gun in there, but I know for a fact ain't no gun.
Did you hand the gun to Andrew?
No.
You didn't hand it to Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
How did the gun get out of your hand though? Were you driving the gun?
I'm saying I'm driving and I'm worried. My gun don't probably be over there.
Did you just drop the gun after you shot it? Then it went there and over there? I guess that's what I'm trying. It has to be in your hand when it fires, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as you finished shooting, what happened to the gun? Did you just drop it? Did you toss it? Did you put it somewhere? That's what I guess my question.
Yeah, I dropped.
Okay, so you dropped it. Okay. Then you drove towards John Rhodes. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you drive to that? Do you stop anywhere after the shooting? Okay. You didn't stop anywhere.
What she said we need to have stuff.
Well, we did, and we're just trying to make sure that everything kind of makes sense. That's,
You can tell me whatever you want.
well, I don't want to tell you anything. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I don't know anything you do.
I want to be straight up with you. How can I do? I want to be straight up with you. I'm very serious. It's very, very serious.
I know how it is.
But again, two sides. You kind of explained why it happened. I just want to know now what happened afterwards. Can I make that? Sure, absolutely. Mr. Bradley, when you said the deputy came up and she had her hand on her gun, did you ever pull her gun out?
She was on the whole thing that said,
Did you ever see her take the gun out and point it at you?
well, listen, can I talk?
Yeah.
I'm
You go. I'm just trying to understand how.
I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, as she's doing this shit, ain't like I got my shit, like, hey, you feel me?
So she never did actually get the gun out of the holster.
She was trying to pull the gun
She
out.
was trying to, but she didn't actually get the gun out. Did she? I mean, I'm asking, I don't know. No, okay. All right. I just want to clarify that. I appreciate it.
I feel it's kind of like, I'm back, I don't want to make my son, but I feel anybody who really,
And once that happened, they took off and went down John Road. Did you pull into a neighborhood and get out of the car and then somebody said something, got back in the car and left? I'm asking.
I see you, but if I'm on the ground level, I'm even get it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
But still, fire, kids, man, like that way. Just make it work up, we do things.
Did you get out of the car at all? Did you get out of the car? After the shoot?
We tell
Before that, did you get out of the car at all? You or Andrea? You don't think so? Is it possible that you couldn't have remembered?
It might be a little water, things, and
me a little bit about what happened when the officer got caught up. What happened?
We driving I think it's kind of, what's the name, kind of Aurora.
Aurora?
That kind of Aurora. John Rose, that.
You made a left off of Aurora?
No,
John Rose is down by the mountain. No, there you go. If you go across,
no, I think John Rose, that's where I went towards Aurora.
oh, you went towards Aurora. Okay, I got you. It's where it makes that turn, that short turn. Okay, all right. So you went on to Aurora, and then where?
We went to Aurora.
You made a left off of Aurora then?
No, I'm only got the I'm reading, I'm right on the guy, so, but it's just first, so,
Right, okay. I understand. I just have a heart. Okay. Then what happened?
driving, and what's our house?
You stopped at her house?
No, we go to,
Okay. Where did she live?
okay, Sherwood,
Okay.
you know, I'm driving to, you know, truck driving, but I look at, you know, like, I can't tell what's going on to me, and but the light is on me, and then, go back to the left, and put in the hand on the road, and then you get us the car right now, you get that car right now. So I said, what I did, I didn't get out of this feeling, but I did. I was walking up, on like this, but
Did you say anything to, area before you shot the deputy? Did you say anything to the area before you shot the deputy?
I told him, I want you back to do with anything that happened.
Told me what that happened. Do anything if anything happened?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to deal with all this anything with that.
You don't want to get Andrew involved if anything was to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have warrants? You were aware of the warrants, I guess? You were aware of the warrants?
Where,
You knew you had?
yeah.
Okay. Deputy say anything about warrants, or not? I lied. Okay. Did deputy tell you to stay in the car, get out of the car?
I know the dog trouble and stuff, but if you were there, and seeing how that was, it wasn't going to be no, what did you do, man?
Mr. President, ask you a question. When you were told about the deputy, you knew you had to watch. You were afraid to go to jail again?
It ain't even that.
No.
It ain't even that.
Then let me ask you a question. If you weren't afraid of going back to jail.
So yeah, that is what it is. I'm just saying how that you did it.
Okay. Okay.
And on the stuff is nothing with, I do want, I don't see what, you, somebody knows, I ain't done, I don't have
Let me ask you a question. You told me that you on the street, you're pretty street smart, right? Okay. You've been to fights before? Okay. Have you ever had guns pulled on you before? Okay. Was it somebody other than law enforcement that pulled a gun on you before?
and I say it 3 times on show, so,
Okay, so they changed you. Okay, but anybody besides law enforcement ever pointed a gun at you?
yes,
Okay.
anytime.
Plenty of times.
This go on, field south, and, that's how they supposed to kill my cousin. So, yeah.
These are pretty hard guys that are actually sitting here like this, pointing a gun at you.
I'm just like, actually like burning my nigga, like,
Right.
You got a full bar rest in t-shirt. Like that.
So now they're sitting here and they're pointing a gun at you. You afraid?
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Everybody afraid, but I know they will use it.
All right, okay. Now, I'm just trying to understand you, because I don't know you before, right? Okay, you had guns pulled on you before. You were afraid. Now you have a deputy, a female deputy, who doesn't even take the gun out of her holster. She has her hand on it. And you shoot her before she even takes the gun out of her holster.
But if you want to never see that.
Well,
if
I'm
you
sorry.
can come there,
That's my business.
that's what I'm saying. You seem like that I feel like I'm bad guy to the word, but at the same time, you want to get it.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm trying to gauge your level of fear, because I can understand for something that was never, ever involved, you know what I'm saying? Like, a country kid.
I got all these Russian pieces, got way more.
Where did you have the gun when the gun was in your pants? Was it in your lap? Was it in the shirt? Was it on the seat?
Right on the seat.
Was on the seat next to you, or was it between your legs? You're looking to your right, but you tell me it's on the passenger seat, or in between these. That's fair assessment? That's fair to say? Okay. All right. So the gun's between the seats. Okay. Or do you get the gun? Did you get the gun today? Did you just pick it up today? Did you have it for a while? Do you have a permit for it? I don't know. I'm not seeing it again.
Ain't nobody on it can do it. When you get, you say, well, I see it. I bet you anyone money, I'm not sure what somebody put like I said. 3, 4 people might got killed in the past,
Do you have the gun permission?
I want to show you the test and you tell me you look killed, but I'm supposed to walk around here. But you see, kill me.
So because of where you live, because of the places you hang out, it would not be common for you to carry a gun to protect yourself. True? Make sense? I'm asking. Okay, all right, okay. So, how long did you have that gun? Okay, but what's not long? I mean, I don't know. It might be an hour, could be a month.
Like the week when you said they had people, and you walk around.
Okay. Who has the beef with you? So somebody had beef with you, so you got the gun a week ago. Where did you get it from? Oh, I'm sorry. A basic, okay, all right. You got it from a basic. You just gave it to you? Or did you trade it for something? Really, that's my, I'm going to
go to jail for one time.
Let me ask you a question. You can educate me, okay? Because I go to the street, and this is my first show at the big show. And you know, Melbourne is a big city to me, okay? And I'm looking at your tattoos, and some of you have recipes. And it's the same your friends that would kill them?
My cousin, my grandma, people that didn't got murdered.
Really?
Murdered, like, this is everyday thing, like, I got a motor put on, you know, put something on that.
But who, how many did you have on? About 4 or 5?
Way more supposed to be.
Okay. How many were killed by police officers? Were any of them ever killed by police officers?
Yeah.
Who are your own killed? Okay.
You know Frank Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a real nigga.
Is he a friend of yours?
What's your word? If you don't get a friend of mine,
Well, I'm just asking, I don't know.
well, I'm a friend of, you don't know, well, I know, but he still judge ever since his daughter died. I feel sorry for him, but at the same time, every time you see one cousin that he got a bottle of pills, and you shoot him a few times in the back. So, I'm sorry, y'all think I underbag him or whatever, but y'all, police are...
I'm not saying that, I'm just trying to understand you a little bit, okay? Because I said before, we never met each other.
I don't know,
So, and, it's not fair that I talk to you and know what I'm talking to. I mean, it would be right. I just want to make sure that I understand who you are, okay? And let me ask you, the gun was over there, okay? So we talked to your girl about that, and we better, did you hold for her, get married? Yeah. Now she's pregnant with your baby? Okay. You watch TV, you know that, the gun is going to be processed, and all that.
Yeah.
How much, and she's already told me and told us, how many times has she touched that gun?
Well, it's my gun, it's something.
It's her gun?
Well, it's my gun, ain't no lie, but he arrived.
He what?
He's arrived, she don't want to tell you that.
Okay, and when you say the gun was over there, it was on her seat, wasn't it?
The shit, crack.
Huh? No, I mean, when the deputy pulled up, he said the gun was over there, that would be on her seat. That gun was on her seat, correct? Okay. Was she sitting on it? And when it wouldn't fall off the seat? You couldn't tell me? Did she have to move for you to get her? When you reached over, did she have to scoot over so you could reach it? Because I'm using common sense. If you're my friend, and I love you, and I'm going to go ahead and protect you, if I'm getting pulled over by a deputy, and the gun's on the seat, I'm going to screw over and sit on it so the deputy doesn't see it. Common sense. Do you agree with that? So, and she would be no different than anybody else. I mean, she loves you, it's obvious. I mean, told her, right? So, that's why I'm asking you. And she told us, I mean, she was sitting on the gun, wasn't she? Is that right? I know, I don't even want to get, I know, and trust me, I don't even want to get her in trouble. But she thought it was her niece, I don't know if she said, so she looked and she said, the gun was here. I didn't want my man to get in trouble. So, and that's understandable, I can understand that. Okay? Is that true? Yeah, okay. Yes. All right, okay. I appreciate you talking through it. All right. So when did you get the gun there when the deputy was coming up from underneath the seat? Or she was sitting on it? Did you have to ask her for it, or did she just hand it to you? No one let you know up front. It's better to be honest because there's a but you're not going to help her by lying because here's some things that we do. And I don't know if you ever heard of layered prints, but I touch like this, and then you touch like this, we can see the layers of print on. Okay, and that is going to show us in what sequence somebody had that weapon. So she picked up the gun, handed it to you, or like this, and you grab it, because this thing prints it in the yours. Yeah, her backwards. Okay? So she handed you the gun, you'd like to know that, and she's already told us, you know what I mean?
I just don't want to get in the fuck.
I know. But you're telling the truth.
No, it ain't
Okay. That's what happened?
Yeah.
When she handed you the gun, before the deputy got out of the car, when the deputy was walking up,
It was already sitting there.
she was sitting on it.
Well, it was already in there.
When did she hand it?
Right before you got stopped.
Before the deputy got out of the car? Okay. Did you say, why you handed it to you, or did you just ask him for it?
I want to pay you, she told me to pull up with it.
She told you to pull it?
Yeah, I ain't really like to eat, but when I seen that, she said, like, you can put it on.
Is that when you had it with you? She handed it to you, and then you pulled up and shot? Yeah.
You want to say, I'm saying, and she was like, she told me to put it on.
You grabbed it or she handed it to you? Very cool. You know, you told us that she handed it to you, and we talked to her. Okay? Yeah, so she handed it to you?
I just don't want to get my leave on, so I take it around.
You know what's funny? I think that she said the exact same thing. But love is one thing and the truth is another, okay? And the truth can be proved. But just by what I was telling you about this, the truth can be proved, okay? Your love can prove also, but the truth is much bigger than your love at this point, okay? And you trying to lie to protect her when she's already told us, it doesn't make her look good and it doesn't make you look good. You know what I'm saying? So if she handed you the gun, then just say, hey, if that's the truth, and I want it to be the truth, she handed you the gun, that she handed you the gun. And it ain't about protecting her or taking it for her. Because we already know she didn't shoot. We already know that she didn't shoot, that you didn't shoot. We know that. Okay? So we already know that. And if she handed you the gun, it is what it is. And trust me, I never met you, okay, but if I could go back and turn back the hands of time until yesterday, I would do that, because it's not good for anybody. It's not good for you, it's not good for her, it's not good for your newborn baby, it's definitely not good for the deputy or her family. And if you turn back the time, you still could go back and have it. You still could, you still could.
She's still alive?
No, she's not. She passed away. Okay. And if I could go back and I could change all that, you guys would have your happy life with your new baby, and none of this would happen. We're not there with you, okay? All right? Now, going back, Adrian handed you the gun. Is that the truth? Yeah, okay. I appreciate that. Okay. You need something to drink? Okay, I can try to find the bottle. Neither one of us knows. Yeah, I'll try to find it. All right. Brandon, before you met up with the deputy, with the shooting, were you at a hotel or motel earlier this morning? Do you remember that? Yeah, were you staying anywhere last night? With your girlfriend, with Andrea? We talked to her a little bit about something that happened earlier today. She was telling me about it.
And I was trying to think about it.
Where was that at? Behind the outhouse? Do you remember the name of the place you were staying? I'm sorry. You remember where it was? Okay, 192. Do you remember the name of the place that it was? Was it a hotel or a motel? Motel. Remember the name of it? Okay. And you and Andrew were staying there, which he told us. And then you went this morning. Okay. Do you remember what happened when you guys were leaving? You were going to get your apartment, the one you were talking about. Okay. What were you taking out of the motel? Clothes. Okay. And what were the clothes in?
Baskets, clothes,
Garbage bags, baskets. Were any of the clothes still inside a piece of furniture that was there at the motel? A furniture. You know what furniture is, like a table, a chair, or anything like that?
was that there?
Yeah, were your clothes, or Andrew's clothes, and anything like that? Remember, we did talk. I wouldn't be asking you this, man. I didn't have an idea.
No, there's some boys and not the
I mean, this is the least of anything. I'm just trying to make sure, get a timeline, is what I'm trying to, okay. Were you trying to take anything from the motel that maybe somebody got mad at you for? Somebody from the motel?
Was I the manager with you?
Yeah, manager.
Was I mad at them?
No, were they mad at you?
No, I guess with us,
Okay, were they mad at her, or were they mad at her for?
because she had tried to take the one look like the pictures,
A picture? Okay. So she was trying to take some things from inside the motel?
and I felt like, what the fuck did you do?
Okay.
I gotta get more to this, so, and get a pocket.
Was she trying to get some things maybe for the apartment?
I don't need that shit.
Okay, so maybe she was trying to, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened when the manager, what happened when she was trying to take the things from the motel?
They were arguing.
Okay. They were arguing, was it a man or a woman?
Right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1 man, 2 men, 3 men?
I think it was two.
2 men, okay. And what were they saying to Andrew?
So I told she can tell you, I told you that.
Okay.
When I come out, I'm like, what the fuck you doing? Yeah. I don't need it. Why the fuck you can't say that shit? You're there. And then at the same time, you so serious, on that area, who what? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you out of it, and this and that. I go do my thing and be. Yeah, the dude came, right? So I said, what you doing? She got my door, pretty cool, like, people other than that. Put that shit in there.
Gonna pay for the stuff he was taking?
Yeah, ain't another point.
Did they try to stop you at all? Really? The manager. The guy that was arguing with Andrea, did he try to stop the meeting? Or tell you not to leave?
When I get the house in the car,
You didn't what?
I just hear it. They were all talking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Who was driving? You were in.
I was driving.
Okay. And did you get into was the vehicle that crashed? Did she get into that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you get in? Passenger side?
Yeah.
In the front or the back?
Front.
Okay. And then what happened?
And I'm sitting there, I'm talking to my side. talk, I don't know what they're saying, they're talking outside. And, you know, like, come on, let's go, let's go.
And did you go?
I can't do it, they cut on it, so yeah.
Now, when you were going, and remember, we talked to Andrew, and both of us did, and she was very honest.
Really,
Did you hit either one of them with the vehicle, or run over something of them?
you should, if I hit somebody, I don't want to hit somebody.
Okay.
And, nowhere is good. I want you to call it.
Okay, what's that?
I want you to call it, I don't know.
Okay. You got it from the manager? We go and tell.
Whatever you will tell me. I had things to look like it, so they crazy with it. Going on with, I don't know,
How long after this thing with the manager at the motel behind Yada, did you meet up with the deputy with the shooting? How much longer after that happened was it that you had that you shot? Okay, so it was a short time later. Fair to say, not very long. Okay. Did you think when the deputy was pulling you over that it might have something to do with what happened at the motel?
I didn't know that if anything, someone called for me for anything like that. I ain't know if I hit the person. What I need to,
You don't know if you hit the person?
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm asking, but I thought it was that. That's why I wanted to clarify.
I was saying with the name, if I ain't gonna be no pussy or whatever, and be trying to mess with me, I'm gonna hit you. Okay?
Okay.
And if he's saying, oh, he hit me and this and that, that's about it.
Did they say they're going to call the sheriff's office?
I was in the car.
Did Andrea tell you that they were calling the sheriff's office?
I can't tell you.
Did you say that you left pretty much in a hurry?
That's real, but she telling me to go. I don't know who's calling who. I'm in the car. You feel? If I see if I was standing like that, and we arguing with her, or they arguing, and that's one of those,
Well, we asked her about that, and she said that you didn't put over and then you stopped and you asked if he's straight. You didn't stop and then asked if he was straight. That's what she said. It shows you had some concern. Yeah. She did say that.
Well, I swear to God, I don't remember that.
Okay. Did you stop it? Could it have happened? You don't remember?
Okay, I was starting, and you know, like, you feel me? Like, I know what time it is. If I want to be nasty and nasty, I'd be nasty with all like that.
But I want to get back over again. You know, like, you are really trying to back over again.
Good example.
I mean, she was saying that they came on that stretcher drive, and they came up, whoa, and you tried to go between. Was that, did you try to drive between two people?
Two people?
Yeah.
They were still,
Right.
I was on the outside.
Right. So you were on the
I
outside?
was saying, both of these things.
Okay, so you just hit one of them on the outside and went up closer to the passenger side?
Yeah, I don't see that. I'm so rest in myself.
Okay, I'm asking, I know I'm not trying to do it. And anytime during an interview, if I say something that's not true, correct me, okay? You stop me saying that's not right. Now, go, the truck you were driving, where did you get that from?
My friend,
What's his name?
she got all the papers in the pocket.
Okay, did you buy the truck from him or borrow it or?
I borrowed it.
You borrowed it from him? Okay, the papers were in your pocket.
Registration, insurance, all that.
Okay, what's his name, you know his name? White dude, black dude,
Right?
white dude? Okay, you know his name? Okay. And who was, did you call money, after the deputy was shot, did you make any phone call anybody?
Yeah, who's that? I know Jeff, I don't know Jeff. Who do you know? Jeff. Jeff, did you call anybody by the name of Jeff or any age? Did you make any phone calls after the deputy was shot? Not that I know. Is it possible you could have don't remember? Could be. Okay, who gave a call? If you're going to make a phone call, and that's a very stressful thing for you that just happened. Who do you think you would have called under that? Who would be the first person you would call under that circumstance? Your mom? Okay, so who else would be next? Would you call anybody else? Do you think on my, yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I mean, you may have called and say, hey, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you got it. Yeah. If I did, I don't know what I did, but I know I found him. And when you got this truck from the White House, where did you go? Coco. Coco? You know where Coco? If you get that home, my parents or whatever, I would get everything. And if I asked him, did you borrow your truck? He's going to say, yeah. If I go and I look at the paperwork that you have in your pants and I call that guy up, the way to do that, he's going to say, yeah, you let me borrow it? Are you going to say I borrowed it? Is he going to say you borrowed it? If I borrowed it? No, you bought it or borrowed it? Borrowed it, like this. You lent it. And you bought it? You bought it or just put it? I got one of them, I got the... Oh, okay. All of it. How much did you pay for it? No, that. $500. What year? How long have you had it? About 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Okay. You bought it for $500? So that guy's name was in your pocket? Okay. You never switched, did you switch anything over to your name? You didn't switch anything over to you, did you just put insurance and all that? No. And I'm going to go back. Now, I'm going to go back and ask again, did you make any phone calls? During that time frame that we talked about between the hotel and the time you were stopped and arrested? I think that's real sad. Right. I can't tell you. Okay. If I did, you see I did, I forget I did. Was born. You couldn't call your mom. Yeah, my mom. What did you say to her? I don't know. What did you say to your mom? I did some shit. What did you tell her you did? I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to go to jail and all this and that. She knows this. And she knows what time it is. But I don't know what all that is. And did you tell her you were scared? She always scared. She knows what. I'm proud of my mom. I'm proud of my baby mom. I'm proud of my mom. I'm going to do good. Yeah, who you mom say? Sounds good. Anything else? Man, yeah. We came here and talked. Is there anything that you feel important that we should know that we didn't ask you? That you think that maybe we should know about you, about your girlfriend, about the whole situation that you think is important that we should know? Not people be calling us. That's only ain't nobody. That. We have no question. Did you go to anybody's garage? Stop and go to anybody's garage? Get a phone? I'm asking. I'm asking. No. Because when you talked a little bit Andrea, she mentioned giving you some money. Who was it? Did she borrow
officers gave you money with. And is that the money you gave to the baser for the gun? She told us you were moved by gas. She said you were, yeah, she said moved by gas. She gave you some money to get the gun. That's what she told us. I'm sorry, that isn't that. Okay. It's not true.
Well, we had a two CDs and there's somebody directly on that.
Okay, please, listen, I'm not talking about, we're not saying that you didn't say to us. I'm talking about, how is it true? Okay, about LJ? What about LJ?
He told me about it, that this is different. But I had a boyfriend, I was on the phone, telling me what he knows shoot. My girl knows how, and he knows shoot my car. When he see me, he gonna run down on me, ain't no rapping. You feel me? My brother got killed. She knows, she told us, I'm gonna love with that, but I don't love you to death. You feel me? That's real, and man, because nobody that I love, it means not put somebody, but stay with me, man. And
So here's what I'm asking. LJ was threatening Andrew. And you. So from her dancing money, she gave you money to get a gun from Acer or wherever you can get it. Not necessarily that she said go get it from Acer. But is that true? Is she telling us the truth? Okay. And is that the gun that she gave you the money for that it's a week ago that you got that gun from the Acer? Or was it longer than that you had it? The one that was used today for the deputy, and you shot the deputy with it. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, it's hard for me to she's a friend of all of us.
I'm serious.
But is that true?
That ain't none of it. She did it. She felt like she did it. And I ain't gonna let her do no work for that. I'm gonna go on and do that again. I feel sorry for me, and I ain't just saying this thing. But I feel,
How many times do you think you shot her?
I swear to God, I hit 2 shots.
Do you remember where on her body you shot her? Do you remember where you shot her? I know it's hard.
It was up in the chest.
Chest? That's the only place you shot her.
I don't think, the whole, and then the bars,
When you shot her, was the door, was it through the open door, through the window, through the door?
I opened the door. That's what she went like this.
So the door was open, and that's where you shot her through the opening of the door? And so I want to understand you a little bit. You said that you went to school with the babies. What school did you go to?
Gary Johnson.
Gary Johnson. Where did you do? Did you finish high school? Graduated? Okay. Now, did you ever play football?
That's what
Did you ever play any other sports? Okay. Did you ever suffer any head injuries? Do you take any medication for memory loss, or do you have any disability that you were diagnosed by a doctor and said, hey man, you're not right? Or you just like a normal guy?
all the pills you feel,
What's that?
all the pills on you,
Okay. Have you ever been prescribed anything by a doctor that said you need medication so you can function as a normal person, or you just don't like the rest of us? By a doctor? For what? Why are you prescribed anxiety? Okay. Have you been diagnosed with anything for this anxiety? What causes it? Did they tell you why you had anxiety?
It's too hyper.
You're just too hyper?
Not in a bad way, it's like,
Not a bad
I gotta be, When you say you're hot, when you say hyper, is that like I can't sit still on the East Coast, I'm doing something? Well, how do you mean hyper? I mean, hyper is different things. Hyper is, I should say. I need a lot of candy. You need a lot of candy? Okay, all right. And that's why you need an Xanax to eat a lot of candy? Well, no, I'm not for that. Okay. I'm just saying I need a lot of candy and food. Okay, all right. If you think that prescribed amount of Xanax, would it make you like, I don't know, do something you would do, like jump off the building or? When you read water, you look food, dog is that you go upside down, When's the last time you got a prescription from your doctor? I ain't get it still, I got something like that. Okay, so did the doctor ever prescribe you, or just like you take it to make you feel better? Well, make sure. Okay, so the doctor never prescribed it for you, you just take it to make you feel better? Okay, all right. And you don't suffer from any, you haven't been to a doctor did a test on you, and said that there's any, you have brain damage, or you went to high school, so, you know, like the rest of us. I mean, you don't suffer from any brain injuries. You ever been in a fight when you had a brain injury? I can tell you my part, and I almost died. Okay. Okay. When you had your legs hurt and you had it, you think, hold on, I'm trying to look at you, showing me, I believe it. I believe that. I had a big scar right here. You look out on the gate. I went through the windshield. You can look it up. How long were you in the hospital for that accident? A week. How long ago did that happen? Oh, in a week. And all that shit. And they can tell you, when I did get through those days, I'm not just trying to walk straight. And I think anything online. So I'm looking at it, and that was what it was. The man took my shoes off. Did you have a driver's license back then? Yeah. Have you had a driver's license since then? I mean, since the accident? Right. A driver's license. You have a valid foreign driver's license now? No, I'm not. Suspended? Okay. When you remember when you filled out your Florida driver's license application, there's a box there, do you suffer from mental disabilities? Did you check no or yes on that? Okay, no, no. So if I look it up, it'll tell me. Do you think you suffer from any mental disabilities? I'm just going to tell you the truth. When I said it, I went crazy. I ain't going to tell it now, but it is that I went there, nobody was trying me. Like the school, all that, go to school, but when I said it, I heard that funny. It's just like, watch it. Do you know the difference between right and wrong? Okay, do you know what year it is this year? Yeah, okay. You know what month it is? March. But you know that. Did you ever read? Did you ever read it? You can read it because you went to high school, correct? One of the last things I said, magazines, sports, paper. A while ago? You know what you read? Yeah. Okay. If you don't suffer any mental disability. Okay. Is there anything else that you think that we should know that we didn't ask you? And if we came in here today, like gentlemen, and Paul, we didn't draw on nice for puncturing, we say that we sat down with a man like you treated us, we had a good conversation with you. Is everything you told us the truth? I put that on everything. Okay, can you raise right hand? Is everything you told us today the truth, all the truth, nothing but the truth? The truth. Now, the one question I do have, and I don't know if you have this further question, but one question I do have is, we did contact the owner of that truck. That owner of that truck sold his way up 2 years ago. Can I please get my own thing, please? Can I please get my thing? I will show you my notes.
Is it in your pants?
In my pants, I can show you for everything.
Is the registration up to date?
It's something stolen, pants.
Did you look at it? Did you look at the papers?
If you look, right?
Did you look at the papers when you bought the truck? Did you look at the registration?
I got the papers in the working. I got whatever you need.
Okay. Let me ask you one last thing, man. You should be honest, okay?
I'll be completely honest.
What you did today was that, with the shooting, you think that was,
Yes, I put it down every time I stay in the room, but at the same time, sir, it's ridiculous or not. You feel me? If I feel like you make sense, you feel me? Even if I really can,
I'm just trying to say this, with the deputies that ever got out, I mean, you probably should have worked out, would you not say, would you say that?
it's wrong.
Okay.
But at the same time, when three of my fellas got killed by police, and then you walking up, unfolding the police, you feel me? I know you mad, but everybody mad, but in my heart, I feel like shit, but at the same time, anybody, I ain't gonna say anybody, but a lot of people, eventually, police, that, whatever, coming up, saying this, and then going ready for their proposal like this, in my face, you feel me?
But what you said with this, Brandon, that deputy had a reason to pull the gun out, don't you think? But here's why I'm saying that. You had a gun in that car, correct? Yes. There was a gun inside of your car, yes? Okay. But there was a gun inside of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So don't you think that she would have a right, not knowing who's in that car, to pull her gun out, not to shoot, but to ensure that she was safe, and that she would go home. And so that's why she was probably pulling her gun. And obviously, from what happened today, she was right in doing that, because you shot her then, and she didn't know that you had a gun in the car.
And the same thing, okay, you said you didn't know. She didn't know.
How would she know?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you can always have it to a police officer, correct? That's always a chance that we take being law enforcement officers.
That's real, but I can play for those. They don't do like what they do.
But you being in that car, you had warrants, you were already running from the O'Connell Lodge, okay? You had a gun in the car, all those things you were aware of, right?
And
But you were aware of all those things, would that be right?
I think only the whole, me running people,
Okay, let's just toss that away. Let's just go with the warrants.
like that,
Absolutely.
who said I had a gun?
When you had the gun when you shot her.
No, listen, like, this is good.
The gun was in the car.
I'm just saying, though, either way, it's handled, but, and like, I walk around with a gun on my hip, and nobody knew I had no gun. And like, I went to the room, my envelope.
Right, but if she would have asked you to step out of the car because of the warrants, and you know she was going to run your name,
I
right?
don't know my name,
But she's going to ask your name.
I know, you know,
So when she asks your name, she's going to find out you have warrants.
you know, I know, but I'm saying,
So she's going to take you out of the car then, and then she's going to find the gun.
you mean you're not hearing?
Well, would that be true?
Yeah, I'm just saying, you're not hearing. When he's like 20 feet back behind me, that's what I'm trying to
So
tell you.
she's 20 feet behind it, okay?
My car, before you do, be on the surface side, you see the home car right here. Two walls down, you can't have no girl next to you, they got 2 walls over. Even police officer gonna be right on your head, you feel me? Blah, blah, blah. So you see step right, or whatever, yeah.
How far away do you think she was when you shot her? I'm asking you. You
understand that if any police did, if any police did, they gonna get on your ass.
People, where was she at? How
That's what I'm telling you, she was not. To the point where my car hit and she right on my ass like any other police.
She was further away.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We really have it. That's my girl, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm not saying you are.
I know you're a highlight, you're a star, you're different kind of kid. You know what I'm saying? The bad guys, the bad guys. You think you're a bad guy? I know you're a bad guy.
Okay.
I'm just saying, so, hey, if three of us hadn't been killed by police, doing whatever, produce whatever, only talk whatever, those type of things, kids whatever. But when I feel like you going straight for you about your taser over here, you gun over here, you kind of like, get out, get out, get out. But for about 5 years, I don't
Do something else. No. You have to use the bathroom, now, Brandon? Need to drink a water? Want to drink a water? You don't need to use the bathroom? Okay, I'm gonna get you a drink of water. Thanks, honey. Yeah. Never mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
You that's going to it?
Well, that means that
It was without a doubt a tough afternoon for jurors as the Brevard County Medical Examiner, alongside the state, showed them graphic photos of Deputy Barbara Pill's body riddled with bullets.
The bullet enters here, exits here.
But as the jury struggled looking at one photo after another taken right after Pill was killed just doing her job, Bradley, the man on trial for shooting her not once but 4 times, sat with his hand to his head, he closed his eyes and didn't show any emotion. The medical examiner tasked with Pill's autopsy told the court there was no question Pill died as the result of a murder.
The cause of death is the multiple gunshot wounds, and the manner of death is homicide.
His testimony followed a series of analysts, deputies, and crime scene techs who took the stand this morning. Then jurors heard directly from Bradley himself.
I feel sorry for the lady, and I ain't just saying it just to say.
As the state played a redacted version of his taped confession, made just hours after he allegedly shot Pill on that morning in 2012.
And may we approach?
Okay, I have a stipulation between the parties that this tape continues in this fashion for another 10 to 15 minutes, that there's nothing else there's no speaking that's not of relevance for the next 10 to 15 minutes, and then after that, the defendant lies on the floor, and then the tape stops. So rather than play that for you, you can take that as a stipulation by the parties. Okay. You want me to turn on the light?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Agent Sinha, are you familiar with the location where the motel was, the Econo Lodge, York Inn?
Yes.
And is there a IHOP restaurant right in front of that?
Yes, there is.
And during the interview, yourself and the other agents mentioned Andrea Kirchner and the interviews with her. When you talk about things she may or may not have said, are you saying exactly what she said? Is that an interviewing technique, or what is that?
It wasn't exact verbiage that she was saying, but it certainly is a technique that we can bring up to try to extract information from that individual.
And is it always necessarily something that she has said, or is it just something to try to get information from the person you're speaking to?
It's not necessarily everything that she has said, and we do use deception at times.
Now, there was a point in the chair after the 20 minutes or so into the interview when the defendant's been up for a period of time and he goes to sit back in the chair. And the view is partially blocked at that point. Can you tell the jury what happened there?
The canvas blanket was kind of laid over the chair, and basically he kind of miscalculated from sitting down, and it looked like the chair was over more because it was very puffy the way the canvas was. Thought he was sitting on the edge of the chair, however he was not, and it just caught the very corner edge of the chair with his buttocks.
And there was a time frame there where he had gotten up and was moving around and was reenacting, and the camera view was blocked. Can you demonstrate to the jury what was his reenactment? What was he doing?
What he was showing his hands on the side where Deputy Pill's gun would have been. And he was acting as if he was pulling the gun out, never fully extracting the firearm, acting as if she was pointing, then shoving back down. And he kept doing that a number of times.
Your Honor, may I have a moment?
Yes, you may.
Your Honor, I have no further questions of this witness at this time.
Okay, cross-examination by the defense.
Agent Simic, at the end of the, toward the end of the DVD, when Mr. Bradley is let out, we hear voices on camera, and you, I'm sure, heard, as the rest of us who are listening, somebody, presumably a law enforcement officer and another agent, asking Mr. Bradley if pills he had taken had worn off yet. Is that you asking him that?
No.
You did. Were you there when that question was asked, Mr. Bradley?
I don't recall that being asked. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Okay. So you just, what, the video?
I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying I didn't hear it.
Let me ask you a question. The video would speak for itself, would it not?
Absolutely.
What's on it, what can be seen, what can be heard, that's what the jury can rely upon.
Absolutely.
Right. And so, did you know who he may have been talking to out of the whole, Mr. Bradley?
It could have been several individuals out there. I know he was walking out with a, we're talking about the bathroom, or are we talking about when he's...
it's off camera, and I'm talking about a point in time where Mr. Bradley's let out, and right after that he's brought back in. And during that interval, wherever he is, his voice can be heard. He's with another male, and the male is saying, the pills that you took, taken, worn off yet. Would you say you didn't hear? That's the point in time I'm talking about. So you know who would have been with him after he was led out into the hall after you and Agent Spatafora left, and would have been with him and would have brought him back into the interview.
Okay, Mr. Moore, you've asked about 3 different questions, so
Let
I'll
me
start...
break it down for you. Let me do it that way, all right? You remember the point in time when you and Agent Spatafora leave the room, and Mr. Bradley's in there by himself?
Yes, I do.
And then another gentleman who can't see his face, he's in green, and he takes Mr. Bradley out of the room, out of view of the camera. You just saw that.
I did see it.
Right. And so, do you know who that individual is or was?
I do not.
And that part, the video, so presumably you were not within earshot of whatever was said between Mr. Bradley and that gentleman.
I was not.
Now, would you, since you've never met Mr. Bradley before that day, for the March 6th of 2012, never seen him, no contact.
I have not.
And so you don't know what Mr. Bradley is like when he's under the influence of drugs or alcohol compared to when he's not. You have nothing with respect to his personal makeup, his disposition, with respect to how he would be affected by alcohol or drugs.
I've never seen Mr. Bradley under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
And as far as your own training and experience, you mentioned that you have had some experience in being able to identify when people are under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
I've certainly come across a number of individuals in the court.
Check 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.